Hello everybody, welcome to Cornflower Crafts. Working on snippet rolls. I've made two. Each one is around 22 inches long. I'm getting a lot of stuff ready to put in 3 small junk journals and lots and lots and lots of pink. And so the one that I have already done is this one, and as you see, it has lots of cotton fabric, it has snippets of lace, it has appliques, it has sequins and beads, it has buttons, and just fun. And then I put it on, yes, even a pink roll of 100% cotton. And I don't know if the sewing that I did on the machine is showing up. I just went wee back and forth and then turn around and did it again this way and then did all the edges. And I did that in the straight stitch this time. And so that one is completed. And if you've ever done the snippet rolls before, I'm showing you this because this got actually, oh my, look at all my fibers. This got glued on finally. This is my smaller snippet roll in vintage that, there we go. I did my little crazy stitching on that as well. But if you were with me before in a previous video, I called this my fabric sandwich because we've got paper, fabric, and paper again. That's how that one turned out, all glued. And then I just, you know, I was going so flat for flat mail. I did so many flat things, but then I ended up adding these flat back pearls. And of course now it's not as great for flat mail. But so then I said, well, for my smaller junk journals, I need lots and lots and lots of pink and lots of flowers. And I grabbed these because I thought maybe, and I was like, no, yeah, too big. And even though I like stuff that hangs over the edge, it just wasn't working for me. And so I'm going to, this is not going to be an exciting video because I have already picked out my fabrics and I've already sewn it. And the back one of this has the same backing as this one. This is the opposite side of this, but I got this fabric at Joann's, y'all, and it is gorgeous. The other side. But, you know, sometimes I'm okay with putting stuff on these beautiful pieces of fabric, and sometimes I'm not. And a lot of these fabrics come from Joann's, either when they have their remnants for 75% off, which I just got one recently, and I already had a remnant of it, but for I think I paid 74 cents for it. I got another of this pink roses. It was just so pretty. But anyway, this is one that I did. And I thought maybe, let me put this behind me. Oh, or beside me. I thought we would do this one together. Real quick, I did, let's see, which one is, this one is vintage. This piece is from I got it in a thrift store, a pillowcase, not the border, but it had a little border. The main part of the pillowcase was pink, but as you all know, a lot of times if they've been used a lot, you can get some fabric, but mostly they've just been worn, but not the borders. And so that's what I did. I cut out the borders because they're those pink roses. And then another one that is vintage is, where did I put it? Did I put it? No, it's this one. I'm putting so much stuff on. This one. And again, this comes from thrift store. And yeah, but I've got so many things to put on them. And also one thing that I will probably end up putting on both of these once, because you know, you usually cut them. You can do whatever you want with them, but I usually cut them. And I just will later on put a bulb pen with a little pink charm on it. And I have a pink bulb pen as well that I got from Amazon. I think it's hilarious how I say that, the bulb pen. But I don't know, that's just the way I say it, just to make sure y'all know what I'm saying. Now, as you all know, I put things down because I'm like, well, do I like the way that looks? Am I happy with that? Or do I think, yuck? And so I have rearranged this twice. And that's what I'm coming up with now. I'm going to go ahead and use my fabric tack to glue these babies down because I think it's wonderful. And it is for fabric and other things. And then I hand sew my buttons. And then I hand sew my sequins and little tiny beads. These little guys, the seed beads here. I have a question for you guys. Now, I know a lot of people here on YouTube love the color pink like me. It's my favy. My second is lavender, and I know you're thinking, boy, that's girly, girly. But it's just, those are two colors that give me a warm feeling inside. And, but there are some people on YouTube that cannot stand the color pink. If you have any time at all, could you please let me know in the comments? That's all you don't even have to say anything else. You could just say, I like the color pink, or I think the color pink stink. I don't know. If you have time, please let me know. So let's get on with this. Remember, my favorite tool in the craft room is this little baby. And yes, it's looking ratty, but I can't give it up, y'all. Isn't that sad? I have a new one in the drawer. It's just waiting. It's just waiting for me. And I'm like, no. Hopefully you can. Yeah, okay. I think you're seeing what I'm doing. And my eyes aren't working really great today. So here's hoping so that I can stay in frame. I might have to get out frame here and there, but yeah, a friend of mine had a little health scare, and I was trying to stay cool. You know how you're for your friends, you're trying to stay cool and strong. And then when I was told this morning, no, it's good, it's benign, and we're okay. I cry. And when I cry, like you all know, I have a lot of problems with my vision. Sometimes that's a good thing, but sometimes it's not. And evidently today it was not. So here's hoping that I'm going to be able to glue these things down, or at least get enough glue on them to for everything to stick. Because I had no desire to go through any of these things with a sewing machine needle. And when it comes to this trim, when you cut it off to make just your individual little roses, when it comes to that, it's interesting that if you smush it down, you know what I mean, then it's not pretty. You have to pick things up. This little piece usually has a stem and a couple of, oh, here we go, like this. But I cut that off. Let's put that there because it's pretty too. That's from Amazon. A couple of months ago, they had it on sale. I mean, a good sale, like I think 50% off. That's when I like to get stuff. I like 75% or even more. But we can't always have that, can we? Let's do that one about like so. And if you think on this piece, if you think you're seeing glitter, you are. This piece has glitter on it. That's from Joann's. This is Hobby Lobby. That one is. Let me make sure I'm... Have you ever just been talking and not paying attention to what you were doing and put glue on the wrong side? I have. I'm like, uh-oh. I got to redo that. Now, what I do, because as you see, there are lots and lots of little tiny pieces, okay? And what I do with all these small pieces of fabric is I put just a little bit of the Prit, just enough for it to stick down, glue stick on them so that I can, you know, so that they'll hold enough for me to put them through the machine. And let me make sure again. See, I have to look, really look to make sure I'm gluing on the right side. Actually, I didn't have them down right. See? That happens sometimes, doesn't it? Y'all, I know how you like to hear some of the silly things I get up to. I don't think this is silly, but I think the neighbors do. Yesterday I was up here and to be real honest, something that gives me joy is my critters in the backyard. Now, the ones that visit us are all kinds of birds, from crows to doves to, unfortunately, a hawk comes by to try to kill my birds and my bunnies and I think I've told you all, if you've been here a while, if you're new, thank you. And if you've been here a while, thank you. I will run out. I will seriously run out of the house and scream and holler at this hawk. I have also, in that one night, when I saw a little bunny by the house, we have a forsythia bush right beside the house, and he was kind of crouched behind there. And well, this was quite a few years ago. And this sweet little baby, I got my phone real quick to take a picture because it was just so close to me, because the window was right there and he was right there. And I was like, I've got my phone like this, and I was like, look at that sweet baby. And something told me to look up, and I do like this, and there's an owl getting ready to attack the rabbit. Well, like I said, if you've been here a while, you know this story. I didn't hesitate. I mean, you just, I guess it's just a gut reaction type thing. We're in an older home too. It's close to 90 years old. And I smacked that glass as hard as I could to shock that owl. I knew the bunny was probably never going to visit the house that close again. But the bunny took off running, and the owl took off that way. And the bunny went that way. So, you know, but I do all these things. Yesterday was no exception, okay? So I was thinking, you know, I do that on occasion about the world and about my country and about all the things that's going on in it. And to give me peace, I turned around and looked out the back. Now, for those of you who don't know, my faith gives me peace also. So please don't say, you know, you need to get right with God, because my faith gives me peace, I promise. But in my beliefs also, I think God gives us these beautiful days or beautiful trees or beautiful nature or animals or what have you to also help along the way. And so I turned around, and I'm upstairs. And I turned around, and Handsome was downstairs at the time. I turned around just to look, and I see this bunny. And I mean, we've got tons of bunnies this year. Big. I mean, big. I don't know if it's showing up, but I'm a big bunny. And another one. There were 2 bunnies down there. And while I'm looking, I see a cat, a black and white cat. It's not a kitten, it's a cat. And I have never seen this cat before because everybody in this neighborhood keeps their cats in the home. And I see him come out of the neighbor's bushes, and unfortunately something was in his mouth. Something small. And I think, which is so upsetting to me, but I think he killed one of my chipmunks. Yes, they're not my chipmunks, but Handsome and I love them like their family. Let's just put it that way. So I got all upset because that's me. That's just who I am. I love my critters. And I have told that hawk before. I've said, listen, a few blocks down that way, there's a field. Go do what you got to do. Few blocks down this way, there's a field. Go do what you got to do. I said, these are my babies, and you have to leave them alone. Again, the neighbors are like, this woman is a cuckoo bean, you know. I don't care if they think I'm crazy, and I don't care if the hawk or anything else out there has no idea what I'm saying. Handsome, if he sees me freaking out, running out the house to the back, he knows, uh-oh, it's either the hawk or, usually it's the hawk, you know. Because when I saw that owl, Handsome didn't see it. It was just me. And that's usually the case. So, I got all upset, but I thought, there's nothing you can do. It's already been done. There's nothing you can do. So I turn back around and I get some more work done on these, you know, on my snippet rolls. And I love to tell you that I'm like everybody else that gets on and just does it in 55 minutes and it's done. That's not me. Never be me. That's not who I am. I take forever and a day. And that's just the way I craft. So anyway, so I turned back around after I was taking another little break from this and decided to look out the window again, hoping to see my chipmunks, which we've got tons, and my little bunnies and the birdies, all kinds of birdies, and, you know, the whole thing. And what do I see? I see Black and White Cat is back. And he is stalking 2 bunnies. Well, needless to say, I'm screaming. Again, the neighbors, cuckoo, cuckoo bean. I'm screaming for Handsome, just screaming while I'm trying to get around my desk. Because if you've seen that video on the craft room, so I'm trying to get around my desk and out the door. I'm old. I'm 69, so I don't move as fast as I used to. But let me tell you something. I was moving this big fat butt. And I mean, I was zoom, 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 zoom. And thank God, literally, that I made it down the stairs. There's 14 stairs, I think, to get downstairs. And I didn't fall, but I mean, I was running. And that's weird for me because I don't do that a whole lot these days. And I kept screaming, Handsome, Handsome. He's like, wait. He couldn't get to me right away, but he knew something was wrong to hear my voice like that. So I get out, go through the bottom of the house, get out the garage, get to the back door of the garage, and that cat is getting ready, you know. Well, here goes Miss Screamy again. Starts screaming, get out, scat. And the rabbits didn't move. And I thought, well, both of them are going to run like crazy. They didn't even move. And, well, that's when I was like, dude and dudette, what on earth are you thinking? You have got to, you know, when somebody is freaking out, you should run. Well, you know, I know why that they got that little, remember they used to say dumb bunny. I don't know if they did in your area, but they did in mine. I've never liked it personally, but they did in mine. They'd say dumb bunny. I don't like it. And I was told, because a lot of times when they feel they're in danger, okay, that is the front, not that one, that they stay still. They don't run. And so was shocked. Well, I did get the cat to run, though. The cat was like, uh-oh, she mad. And so by that time, the cat was gone, thank heaven. He took off in a different direction. He was coming from the east before, but he went to the west this time. And I was telling Handsome all about it. And so he just walks out there, and the rabbits take off because he gets too close to them. And he goes, oh, now you run. And it's hilarious. We know they have no idea what we're saying, but we're like, listen, y'all, you've got to run. When we tell you that, you know, something's going to try to eat you, you have to run. And yes, we know, of course, that. But I did save, I don't think the cat could have gotten both of them, but I did save one of them. So through the years since we've been here, I have no idea how many critters I have saved, especially rabbits, by the way. I'm not sure how many. But like I said, the neighbors are like, it gets real quiet when I run out, you know, outside and do my little, if it's the hawk, I'm waving back and forth with both arms really, really fast, you know, to try to scare him and all that. He won't move either until I get too close to him, and then he's like, fine, you know, keep away from me, woman. The lace I just put on, it's wider. And I just fussy cut that section out to put over that vintage, beautiful vintage rose. Let's keep going this way. Do you all have any critters that hang out? I know some of y'all have told me that you've got some squirrels that visit. We have one squirrel that's literally entertaining. They all are entertaining, to be honest, but this one likes to do flips. He'll just be running around the backyard, and then he'll just bloom, run, bloom. None of the others do it. It's just him. He's so cute, though. He's so cute, doing his flippers. Do I want that there? Where did I have it? Oh, let's put it there. Push it down and then fluff it back up. Okay. Remember, I used to do some videos, kept it on this channel. What's the front, guys? Well, did I have that? Yep. Had it the wrong way again. Or would it be cuter there if I cut it there and cut it there? Yeah, let's do it like that. What was that saying? Oh, the nature. You know, I do my squirrels, I do my doves, I do my bunnies and all of that. And when everything happened with the changes in YouTube, they marked all of those for children on my channel. And I was like, well, I didn't mean for them to be for children. I meant for them to be for everybody, you know? Handsome and I get a kick out of, have you all seen the channel Squirrels? I think it's Squirrels at the Window. Uh-oh. My husband's getting super loud, y'all, and he's at work. So if I get loud, it's just to drown him out, because I had closed his door, but evidently he's left it open. I heard him go out for a second. He left it open. Uh-oh. Anyway, so a lot of those came down. Yeah, that's the back. Look what happened when I took, these had a big pearl in the middle of them. And when I take that out, it doesn't come out easy. It's not a flat back pearl. It's a pearl. You know what I mean? Well, it's not real, but you know what I mean. Same thing with those butterflies over there. And I take that out because talk about dimension. Oh, boy. Boy, does that ever give it dimension. I don't want to cover up that vintage piece too much. And I need to glue that so that you don't see my little rip right there that I made. I try not to do that, but sometimes it can't be helped. You know? And this guy. I think quite a few of you have told me you've got squirrels. Anyway, that channel, Squirrels at the Window. Handsome, and I love that. Number one, she is super sweet. And number two, she had gotten, didn't have in the beginning, but she'd gotten a cat. And the cat's just a little lover. The cat doesn't want to eat them. The cat's in the window. They come up to they'll look at her through the glass like, hey. But that cat could just jump right there and, you know what I mean? But, doesn't do it. Doesn't harm them at all. What a sweet cat. Of course, if you're thinking, of course, because that cat gets fed and everything, and I understand that. I really do. It's just, I understand how nature works. It's just that I'm attached to ours. I am. I'm attached to our critters, you know. And I want to keep them as long as I can. Those chipmunks, y'all, the chipmunks are just, they're hilarious. They are so much fun. Oh my goodness gracious, so much fun. And they try to come into the garage, which has all the food. And so I thought, you're not only fun, but you're so clever. What clever little babies. You're rascals, but you're very clever rascals. Let me try to cut this right here. I'll probably cut that later. The thing is, you can hear, you all have heard, there's quite a bit of traffic around here too, so that's another reason why we feed them in the backyard, and we want to keep them in the backyard because it's just too dangerous for the critters to go out front. And Handsome said he was reading and saw some bunnies going towards the front. I was like, please tell me no. He said, oh, I saw them. I'm just like, no, no. Again, there's no reasoning with them. Let me see something, y'all. This one's very difficult, but this is the front. I have to feel it. Yep. Do you all ever see the another one that we love? My glue's acting up. Another one that we love is the dodo. Have you ever seen? when they raise the squirrels, or they raise, excuse me, a crow, or, you know, and they want to introduce them back out into the wild. And a lot of them go. They're just like, thank you, love these trees, love all of this outdoor living. And others are like, no, you're my mother, you're my father, and I'm staying with you. Oh my goodness. We've never done that. But I tell you, we get a kick out of others that do it. How wonderful are they? Look at this one, y'all. I had to fussy cut that a little bit too. It just kept going on and on down here, and I was like, no. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's the back. Is anybody here? At one time, when I first started this channel, which is years ago now, but when I first started it, I had a subby tell me that she had a squirrel, lived in the house with her. Handsome, when he was working years ago, he had, you know, he loves his candy. Well, he doesn't eat hardly like 1/10 of what he used to eat for at least a year or two now. But he was at work, and I get this call, and it's his boss. And he doesn't call me Corn, he called me by my name, and he said, he called my husband by his name too. He said, you know, I have to take him to the doctor. And I was like, oh dear God, is he okay? You know how you get. And he goes, he kind of giggled. Well, for a dude to giggle. And he goes, he was trying to feed one of the squirrels there. They were in the offices were in a very wooded area. And he said he tried to, don't want it like that. He tried to feed one of the squirrels and Reese's Pieces, I think it's what it was. And, you know, if you attempt to do anything like that, now the woman who does squirrels in the windows, she can hold them like this, which is what Handsome was doing. To my knowledge, if you go like this, make your hand really, really flat and do like this, they will pick it up and run. Like I said, if you've got a relationship with the squirrels, you can do it like this. But Handsome didn't know that. He just saw this squirrel out in the wooded area, but close to the office. And he bit him while he was trying to take the candy. Yes, number one, I do realize he shouldn't feed him candy, even though it was a tiny little piece. He knows that now. This was, oh boy, this is over 20 years ago. Oh my goodness, it's more like 30 years ago now. Oh my. Y'all. Time is a-flying. So, yeah, you can't just feed any wild animal without some consequences of happening, you know? Okay. We do have some buttons, and this is one of my favies. I don't know, can you see? It's a plastic button. I mean, it's nothing, it's not like a beautiful vintage shell button or anything like that, but it's got glitter in it. I'm going to put the glitter on the glitter, so it'll really pop. Boing! Love it. And these two, yes, I put that paper on there. And this is from Dollar Tree. But yeah, I've gotten these buttons all over the place. You know what I mean? Here's the large one in that. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Ooh. Pretty. And so when I want a lot of, this has white in it too, but it's mostly pink. All shades of pink too. Now, let me see. I do have a needle already threaded, and it needs more thread on it, but let's just see how far we get with this one. I think we can still do one with it. I think. Oh, ba-da. There goes Handsome. There he goes. Let's see if this knot holds up. It may not. Get it? The knot may not. Uh-oh. All right. Let me see. Like I said, my eyes have been through it today. Let me see if I can even get in there, y'all. We'll just do one button on it and one sequin and bead, because this takes up too much time. Let's do that. So I want to have like pink buttons, pink thread, pink. It's sewn with pink thread as well. I'm just trying to do tons of pinks and whites, you know. Do you all like sewing buttons? I don't mind, especially if it makes it super cute. You know, how cute is that? I'm gonna go 3 times. I have doubled the thread, by the way. Well, and for some reason, I'm not hitting it. Well, hootenanny-doo. There we go. If you see my hairdo, which is a possibility, sorry. There we go. Now, since I've doubled that over, let me pull it real tight. And the reason I do knots in the back is because this might end up being a section of it, might be a belly band, and I don't want anything going in and out of this that will disturb this sewing, okay? Because, you know, a lot of us do this when we sew fabric anyway. So, one more time. And that's it for that thread. Okay. Sometimes I do it with embroidery floss too. Okay, so we've got that on. I might need to go to my machine and get some more pink thread. Let me see if there's any behind me, y'all. Let me see. I used to keep thread behind me, but I think I moved everything when I got the sewing machine. Uh-oh. Let me see. Oh, well, I do have a little bit behind me, y'all. But I don't think I've opened it. Let's see, guys. Sorry for this. Sorry. Oh, yeah. I've opened it, so we're good. It's all good. Otherwise, I've got to go to the machine and take it apart. As I look out there, there's a crow. Now, see, the word is out, y'all, about that cat. I'm serious. Because Handsome put out a ton of food from them yesterday. And guess what? They hardly have been there. Normally, all the critters are just there having a blast. And so, Handsome, bless his heart, I used to be the one to feed him. But he took that over a few years back. And the birds do. I don't know what they're saying to one another, but the birds do talk to one another. I know you're thinking, corn. Yes, I just stabbed myself with the needle. Corn, why are you doing a knot like that? Because everybody has their own way of doing it, and most people don't do it like me. I watched my grandmother on my father's side years ago, and I thought she was doing it a certain way, and she was doing it a different way. I don't know if this is going to hold. It might go straight through. It might. Whoops. And you all might be saying, where'd she go? Whoops. When I got up, I moved my chair. Okay, let's see if this works. Let's just see. It might not. It might not hold, especially when we're on camera. Okay, so for what we're going to do, let me see. Remember how Hobby Lobby had their sequins on sale? I don't know, a few months back, and they had the little, these cute little daisies. Let's grab the pink one. If I can, I've grabbed everyone but, all right. Oh, for Pete's sake. Come over here, you. There. All right. This one will stick to me in red. All right, you. Here. Nope, that's not the one I want. There's the one I want. Okay. Let me do this. And let me do this. Okay. So what I've been doing on these guys, can you see where it's almost this exact thing? See? It's just smaller. So what I've been doing is getting my needle threaded. Oh, man. I'm not feeling my knot, y'all. I'm not feeling my knot. Well, there it is, but I don't know if it's going to work. Okay. So I go straight up. See, it's a little flower in the flower. I go straight up. And part of me thinks I should have put this flower over the lace instead of under. But it's too late now. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's holding. Okay, so then I'm going to put my little flower sequin down. And then I'm going to pick up one of these seed beads, hopefully. And it doesn't want to go over my needle. That happens sometimes too. Great. Okay, let's try another one. I was hoping that this would go faster than it is. There we go. We're good. It's all good. Okay. And I want to put it right where it is overlapping. See? It almost looks like it's doubly done. Now, I'm trying to go up there a second time. Again, I'm going to have to loosen up my bead a little bit so I can see where my needle is. Let me see here. It doesn't want to go in that hole, guys. There we go. So bring it up. Then we got to bring it through again. And then bring it in. It'll still be kind of movable. Oh boy, it switched over. Ah, man. I was messing with it a little too much. See how I pulled it over? I knew it because the other one went so smoothly. Let's do this again. If I can, there we go. We're up. I don't normally do it 3 times, but we are this time because I messed up. Why is it when the camera's not going, we do it perfectly, And time-wise, we just zoom. But when the camera's going, it's like, uh-oh. Now get over here where you belong. Okay. No. Let's not hook on the base. And there we go. See how that, hopefully you can see it doing its sequin thing where it's so pretty. Okay, guys, I'm not even going to look up there because I'm sure this is way too long. But those of you all that stuck through by me, that is so sweet. And those of you all who don't have time to, I understand that too. And then I'll finish sewing all the other stuff on later. But for the most part, this is what we've got so far. But we're going to put other things on it. And I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.